Hi, my friends. Thank you for joining me. I thought today we would do our whimsical watercolor. And I've started by drawing out an idea of what I want. It's going to be a mushroom, because that's one of my favorite things to do in whimsy. And yeah, so let's just start. I'm going to lightly draw it in with my Micron pen. Now this is a new one I just pulled out. Oh, that's an old one. Okay. Just some light lines. I will come in with some heavier lines later. The top of our mushroom. And what I like to do is finish the top and then come in with what would be the underneath of the mushroom. Now the mushroom is tilted a little bit to the right, so you're going to see more of the underneath on the right hand side. All right. So I'm going to speed this up because it can take me quite a while to do the drawing. But I do want you to see how I'm going to do this little porch area. Because this is a little tricky. Okay. And then down. Getting smaller as you come toward the end, you know, the front of your porch. Now, before I draw in my lines, I'm going to draw my door here. And then I'm going to come in with my lines. Now you can always come in and do that, slow down the motion for that, so you can see what it is that I did. But that was probably the most tricky part of this drawing, was that whatever you call it, a deck, it's not a porch, sort of deck, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to speed this up, and then when my drawing is done, we'll come back to paint it. Okay, so I have my drawing done. Now today is going to be a little different because I'm going to use neutral colors, grays and browns, and buff titanium. So yeah, it's going to create more of an illustrative type of painting. So, which is something I love. I don't know, you have to let me know if this style of painting is something you're interested in, or just thought you would come in and check it out. Might be fun, or yeah, so just let me know. I'm going to start with a size 8 brush. I've sprayed my palette, and I think I'm going to start with my roof, and we'll go in with burnt sienna. I think that's a little too gold. I think I'll go in with brown ochre. Well, mix a little brown ochre with my brown. Going to lift a little bit of that brown up here to sort of indicate, although we're not going for realism, I want to indicate a little bit that the sun's coming down from the left. Okay. Now I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to come in with the brown again. For our stem here. It's more like a raw sienna. And more of the same, but a little stronger for our banister here, just so that stands out. And I think I will use scarlet red and Alizarin. Well, yeah, I'm going to mix it and see how I feel. I want the door to be a red, but I don't want it to be to stand out too much. Okay, actually I think I'm going to wait on the door. Let that paint around the door dry. Okay. Now let's come in with some buff titanium and do our the underside of the mushroom. And do a bit of shadows while our paint is wet. A wee bit darker. Okay. Let's do the outside of our windows. I'm making these a little bit brown, or a little bit darker brown, using a raw sienna. Same with our, oh no, we want that door to be red, so we'll come in and do our I do want the this portion in the brown too, the floor, I guess. Okay, let's come in and do our flowers. Now our flowers are going to be, I'm just going to use some Jane's Gray from Daniel Smith, which is a softer gray than Payne's Gray. So if you're using Payne's Gray, you just decide how dark you want that. I don't want my flowers too dark. I'm trying to give sort of the indication of white flowers. All right. We can come in and do the leaves though, and I'm going to do those in a light olive green. So I'm mixing some Payne's Gray with some sap green here because I chose my small palette here that has no olive green. Okay. Now that's the most color we're going to use. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the birds. I am going to make my centers a little darker though, on my flowers. Oh, I forgot a couple leaves here. Wouldn't be me not to forget something. Okay. Now I want to have some flowers in here. So I think I'm going to use my raw sienna again, just to fill in a little bit of this box here. But I'm going to come in with, I don't know, some buff titanium. Well, maybe I'll make it more like foliage. I'll go back with the green. I just don't want to introduce too many colors here. I'll let that dry, and then we'll come in and dab in some leaves and maybe some white spots for flowers. Okay, so back into the Payne's Gray, or Jane's Gray, sorry. Payne's Gray, if that's what you have. And, well, I could do these birds in a black. I just want to limit, because I usually go for a lot of color in my whimsical paintings, and I'm just experimenting here to see what I end up with if I do my painting in more subdued colors, more of a neutral palette. I think I'll come in with this bird, make him black too, more of a gray than a black. Okay, and then our cat. Again with the Jane's Gray. All right, where are we? A little bit of gray in the windows. Some brown around our door. Okay. Do our stems. Make our bird's wings a wee bit darker than the rest of the bird. Okay. Now I do need to do a bit of a wash down here, so I'm just going to use my green, my sap green. And our walkway is going to be Payne's Gray, very lightly. Okay, now let's come in and do our doors, which, as I said, I wanted sort of a soft red. Okay, this is drier up here. I'll do up here first. All right. Now we'll come back to our flowers again. We were going to do those in green. I'm going to make this quite a strong green, as in not too much water. Okay. Get a little bit more of the gray to my sidewalk here. Some brown around my windows. A little bit of gray inside the window. gray again. And I think we need a little bit more shadows up around our mushroom, the edge of our mushroom. Okay, I'm going to, well, actually, before I do that, I think I'll add a little bit more of the gray in these windows. Okay, I'm going to dry this, and then we can come back and touch it up with a bit of pen work. Okay, so I've dried that. Now I'd like to come in with my pen work. I'm going to start with a Sharpie, because I want my cat to be totally black. So I'm going to fill him in, or her. We don't know. We don't know if it's a boy or a girl cat. It's ignoring us, so we can't even ask. Now when we come in with our added pen work, hopefully you'll be able to appreciate just how much it adds to your painting. I'm always amazed at the improvement once the pen work's done. Okay, and I do want to make these wings darker. And I must say, it's been fun working with a limited palette. It looks more like an illustration from a children's book, which is sort of what I was going for, so I'm happy with that. Okay, and then we'll come in with our pen. It's my Micron 01 pen. We're going to add some detail to our flowers. Just light strokes. Sort of scratching in. That's how I always think of it. Scratching in. Okay. A little bit of detail in our leaves. And as you see, I've added some darkness, and that gives you a sense of depth. Okay. You're just going over, either adding a little more detail or accentuating certain areas. I'm going to make this okay. Strengthening up some lines. And you'll decide in your painting where you want to put the emphasis or where you want to strengthen your lines. Okay, I do want to add some white flowers, so I'm going to use a white gel pen. Make sure it's working. It only works consistently when I'm not filming. Okay, we're going to put some white flowers here. Just squiggly little lines just to indicate flowers here. We already have our green down for our leaves, our foliage. Okay. Little accent in our centers here. Now I'm wondering if we need to do any more, or I might strengthen up this a little bit. I hate to say we might be done, because I say that I need to add a little bit of paint here. I say that and then I find I'm spending another 5 minutes doing more, so I hesitate to say that I'm done. I'm trying to learn to wait until I'm done before I say I'm done. Well, now, are we done? Could be. I do want to put a little more into my gray again. Put a little more shadow here. Maybe bring a little bit of that gray into our shadow work here. What also works is a soft purple. Works nicely for shadows. Need some shadow there. Okay. I think we might be done. I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Just a little idea for using a limited palette and creating an illustrative type painting. Now, I'm not formally trained and I'm no expert. I have, you know, a little skill that I like sharing, but yeah, most of it's just the joy of painting. Me and Bob Ross. Okay, I'm going to go grab a mat to show you what it would look like matted, and then we'll say goodbye. Okay, I grabbed a couple mats, but I can't decide which one I like better. This is white with the gray interior, and I like that. And then we have a black with a white interior. I'm not sure which I like better. I would love to hear from you. Which one do you think suits this little painting better? Black with a white interior or white with the gray interior? So that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed, it'd be great if you did that. And always press the notification bell, and then you can always find out, you know, you'll always get notified when I upload a video. At this point, I've been super busy and have about 5 videos ahead of myself, which is, I've never done that before. So I'm really happy about that. So yeah. Anyway, you folks have an absolutely fabulous day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.